Amber. Amber, where you at, Amber? Say his name. 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 Say his goddamn name. Say his name. Tyre Nichols. Oh. Everybody in the back there?
When I say blue lives, you say murder. Blue lives.
Murder. Blue lives. Murder.
When I say blue lives, you say murder. Blue lives.
Murder.
Blue lives.
Murder.
When I say blue lives, you say murder. Blue lives.
Murder.
Blue lives.
Murder.
What the fuck is a blue light?
I don't know. Fuck
Smurfs. No justice.
No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
Fuck them crooked ass
Police. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Say his name.
No peace. Say his name.
Say his name. Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name. Say his goddamn name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Y'all do better than that. Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his goddamn name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Just for who?
Tyre Nichols.
Just for who?
Tyre Nichols.
Just for who?
Tyre Nichols.
Just for who? Tyre Nichols. Say his name. Tyre Nichols. Say his goddamn name. Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
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 Say his goddamn name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name. We stopped at the intersection. We're going to stop at the intersection. Wait on Amber.
Okay, stop where we're at.
No justice. He's stopping right here in front. He's stopping right here in front, y'all. In the middle of the intersection. Stopping up front. Step on back. We're going to the middle. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No peace. No justice. No peace. No peace. Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name.
Tyre Nichols.
Say his name.
Tyre Nichols. Tyre Nichols. Tyre Nichols. Tyre Nichols. Tyre Nichols. Tyre Nichols.
Everybody, clap yourselves on the back. Clap yourselves on the back.
Hey, everybody, welcome to
Has been disbanded. We have disbanded.
Hey, Clay, how you too?
Can I get Hunter or Amber up here? The comments on that. Amber. My thoughts on this. It ain't on the scorpion. OCU period. OCU period.
Hey, shotgun, bloom.
Back up some. Poplar.
Are we with the news, bro?
I have no idea what I'm going to say. Okay, come on. Are you rolling? Oh, the light wasn't on. 3, 2, 1. Well, the protests continue here in downtown Memphis for the death of Tyre Nichols. You can see the crowd gathering here behind me. They have walked all around the downtown area, many of them chanting Tyre's name, calling for more accountability for more of the 5 officers, more than the 5 officers who were seen in the video that was released late last night. Now, I did get the chance to speak to some protesters who all tell me that they had to be out here today to continue to their calls for accountability in the death of Tyre Nichols. There was also some tense moments as protesters took to the streets, many of them surrounding a Memphis police vehicle, chanting Tyre's name and still, again, calling for more justice with this case. I could wrap it up. I could tag out.
Don't you do that. Better not tag out.
Let me know when.
Damn, just tagging out.
Go. 3, 2, 1. Protesters say this is just the beginning. There's still a trial that has to take place. So they say they will continue to take to the streets and make sure that their voices and demands are heard until they are met in Memphis. Leah McNeil. Okay. I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna like none of that.
She doesn't want to go on the bridge with them. Bro, why?
What?
Scorpion unit.
What about the Scorpion unit?
I know. We don't say it again.
They can answer that one, they can answer all of them. Please call the name of everybody involved. Charge them. You have more do your job. And the use of task forces in Memphis. And the use of law enforcement when we take a traffic stop. All of it. Yeah. On the traffic to do real justice for Memphis. We got the power. We got the power. We got the power. People power. We got the power. People power. We got the power. People power. We got the power.
You're crazy.
People power. We got the power. People power. Tyre Nichols. 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 Tyre Nichols.
Y'all want to do it?
Yes. Okay. I'm ready.
Sweet, she's going. It convinced her. Peer pressure.
Mic check. Hello.
That stand up is probably no good.
Okay. So
Oh.
can you say spell your name for me?
My name is Tekeria Blue, Tekeria, and my last name is Blue, just like the color.
Okay.
I came out here to protest for Tyre Nichols because it was very wrong what them cops had did, and it was unacceptable. And he did not do anything to deserve that at all. And we just came down here, downtown Memphis, to protest for his justice.
And how old are you?
10 years old.
Tell me, at 10 years old, Mom, your 10-year-old is out here. She has some very strong words, lies beyond her years. How do you feel hearing your daughter say this? At 10 years old, she's witnessing things like this.
You know, it's history, and to be a part of it, and for her to be this interested in it. We was at the ballet back there at the pause. They had pause for a minute. We saw this going on. We was like, let's leave, y'all, and go protest. They said, let's go protest. So to be a part of this and for them to experience it, it's wonderful. And we're here for Tyrese and his family and Memphis, you know. We're here for it.
And one more question for you, sweetheart.
Yes, ma'am.
10 years old, what do you hope to come out of this?
What do I hope?
With this protest, what do you hope that comes after this?
I hope that comes that justice and peace for Tyre Nichols.
Justice and peace for Tyre.
Thank y'all. I'll let y'all get back to marching.
It's hard to catch up, but the closer we are together, the safer.
You have to get the next out.
What you talking about, dude? Dude, I'm just about to start banning people. Y'all just need to shut up or get banned. Like this guy. You're bothering me already. Bye. Have a nice life. You're talking too much. There's negative bullshit coming out of your typing in little hands. Go somewhere else.
This is the United States of America, damn it.
Thanks for a sub, by the way. Hi, dude. Dominic. Dominic's here. This isn't LA anymore. We're back in Memphis, you know what I'm saying? These people got something to be bitching about.
Nothing else other than what we demand. Say his name.
What are the demands, though? I need to see that.
Say his name.
I don't know where those are.
Say his name. Let's go, y'all. Come on,
And don't get me wrong, they need to get their shit together in Memphis. Their violence needs to get put in check. They need to start policing their own communities. But at the same time, Memphis has its issues, man. Stop signing? Fuck! Climbing up this fucking chair, clawing me and shit.
No peace. No peace. Tyre Nichols. Tyre Nichols. Our streets.
I've been tortured in Shelby County jail, so I know it
identity
happens.
of those other officers.
Wasn't
they say those
beating.
officers, it appeared to be about 9
some other
officers
kind of
in that
torture.
video we saw released yesterday, but only 5 of those officers were charged. Only 5 of those officers were fired. But what is the question is, what is the identity of those other officers? Why weren't those other officers fired? What is going on with that? So that's the big demand now. They're saying everyone involved should be fired. That's their demand. But as I noted here,
like once you get the
biggest
Memphis
thing today, the biggest development
judicial
today is the
system,
disbanding of the Scorpion
really
unit, okay?
hard to fucking get out.
That has happened. MPD
It's
has
just-
announced that is permanently disbanded.
Man.
All right. In downtown Memphis, I'm Jay Shakur.
They try to get you trapped up in that thing, revolving door and shit. They make probation really hard, and like, there ain't shit to do in Memphis. You can't smoke weed. Like, if you do smoke weed, you fucking violate your probation. You know what I mean? Like, right. Here, man, in some probation offices here in California, you can, in other states too, actually, you can smoke weed as long as you have a medical prescription for it, you know, or they're like, well, it's a prescription, so. Not in Memphis, they don't give a shit, dude. You ain't smoking weed. They control their people with that, man. Weed is used by so many people in the world to help cope with just being here. And they're like, nope. And it's so hard for these poverty-stricken communities to move out of Memphis. They can't get up enough money to get the fuck out. I was lucky enough to be able to get out, man. I got out with 2 bags and a Greyhound ticket, though, from Chicago. I had a car to get me out of Tennessee. I did my best to get the fuck away from that area of the country because of shit like this, man. Actually, because the police run cities, and it's scary driving around with weed on me. Like, that's fucked up. You shouldn't be like that. It's a plant, dude. And people are still living like that, not because they choose to, but because they're stuck there. I feel for them, man. I want to go back, but I can't with it still like this. It's a setup. It's a trap. Like how all the cops are like, he's on something, he's on something. Like any kind of drug, like include, like, you know what I mean? If you're on anything, you're not them. And the cop, like it's them against the drug users, and that includes weed, man. It's like, man. I want to laugh, but I want to cry for those people too, man. Because it's a shitty way to live. And fear the cops because you got a plant in your pocket. And they use it to control the minorities, you know? Like, they might not fuck with a white dude, but they probably would. I don't know. I spoke to some cops down in Atlanta, and they didn't do much. They didn't do anything, actually. But that's not Memphis. So, I don't know how they'd act in Memphis if I did that. I wouldn't test it, honestly. Oh. I was at a bass nectar show.
Amber has something she needs to share. One moment, please.
Atlanta, so it was pretty safe.
I'm going to just read y'all the statement that they just put out. Today, Memphis police officers assigned to the Scorpion Unit, which stands for Street Crimes Operation to restore peace in our neighborhoods. They weren't restoring shit. With no peace being restored.
Hell nah, they bring war.
Met with Chief Cerelyn, C.J. Davis, to discuss the path forward for the department and the community in the aftermath of the tragic death of Tyre Nichols. In the process of listening intently to the family of Tyre Nichols, community leaders, and the uninvolved officers who have done quality work, they did shit, in their assignments, it is in the best interest of all to permanently deactivate the Scorpion Unit.
Oh, wow.
It sounds like a win to me.
There's something.
It sounds like a win to me. Now let's keep it going.
What's that mean?
Wait, I heard what she just read. I heard what she just read. We want the whole OCU to abolish.
MGU, OCU, all of them.
Everything up under the umbrella OCU or the organized crime unit, hey, we want it to abolish. The Scorpion unit, that's cool. That's a start. That let us know we're doing something right. We got to abolish the whole process from the top to the bottom. And it's just that simple. Like, no, it ain't no win. We ain't going to give up. There ain't no win in my eyesight. That's another saying that we done something right. We done
it's true.
Right.
They can just make another
keep on doing it.
another
program.
program.
Like we out here now,
as long as that unit's still there.
In the same way. It's powers and numbers. Yeah. Just like you show up now to march, show up to sit down and be silent to be a voice for Tyre. Yeah. That's how we win. They pay attention to that. Trust me. I've been doing it for too long. We standing on business about Tyre, man. And we're going to keep on doing it.
You gotta rename it and call it something else.
Also, the way that
I love
I
how
know
grimy it is
if
in
there's
Memphis.
anybody else out here
It's
that
so
wants to
lit.
extend their voice and use their voice to express anything that they feel or anything they feel should be shared, we always welcome that. So if you want to, just step up and let one of us know and we'll do it. This ain't about us.
Right.
This is about y'all too. Y'all are the ones that show up to these things and make sure that this justice system is changed as well. It ain't just us up here yelling.
Where's Simon's food over
Y'all
there?
play a huge part in this. So if you have any feelings or if there's anything you want to share,
Yeah, man, this
by
ain't-
all means, step up and grab one of us. We're here to
charged
listen.
anymore.
We're here for y'all just as much as y'all are here for us. I just want to say that.
And if you know anyone that has been affected by these units, we'll find a way to get you in contact with Attorney Ben Crump. He has expressed that. Any past incidents that you weren't able to get through, please contact one of us on Facebook and we'll get it to Attorney Ben Crump.
Real?
Amber, I hear there's a list of men you all have for the city, not just the Scorpion unit, not just the OCU. Can you share those?
Yeah, the demands, the main ones right now is that the family wants the white officer charged. We want everyone involved charged specifically, but we definitely want that taken in account immediately because we heard him on that video saying, I hope they stomp his ass. He hopes that
He started the whole thing.
Yeah, he incited everything. They want him charged immediately. We want everyone involved, all of their names released, all of their files released. We want the Data Transparency Act ordinance passed. We want the law enforcement no longer doing pretextual traffic stops. We want an ordinance around that as well. And we want the disbandment of the MGU, the OCU, and we just got that for the Scorpion unit. So if we can do one, we can do them all. Right. If we can do one, we can do them all, right? Yeah. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Fuck them crooked ass police.
How far are you all willing to go? How long are you going to protest?
Oh, we're going till we get what we want.
So every demand is met.
Till we get what we want.
Let me say to the media.
We ain't stopping.
We going all the way.
Let me say to the media.
This ain't gonna be a repeat of 2020 and all these other years that we've been out in the streets just out here making noise and no
Right.
results come.
Right.
We are going to keep moving and pressuring and applying pressure until everything that we ask for, everything that this family has asked for is given.
That's right.
And that's facts.
And I have
So we ain't gonna
personally,
stop. The weather ain't stopped us today. We don't give a fuck.
I have personally asked Steve Mulroy to ask the city council or whoever in the city of Memphis has that authority to request an open review of the entire Memphis Police Department. The entire Memphis Police Department.
And y'all saw how quick they moved on it, right? Y'all saw how quick they moved on the Scorpion unit being disbanded, right? Yeah. So they can do all of it.
Yeah. Because we applying pressure and we
One
fighting.
thing about
We ain't gonna stop.
We want the DOJ involved. Yeah. We don't want this in-house investigation. That means you're gonna get attorneys out of the city of Memphis to represent and do the investigation. Hell no.
Hell no.
If the house on fire, that means everybody inside of it on fire. So we ain't dealing with that. We want the DOJ involved. Somebody don't know nothing about nothing and do their own investigation. Versus you paying money or putting things up under the table to get the things done that he won't done. We ain't accepting it. And one thing, like you just asked me, you said how far we willing to go? We went all the way the last time. We didn't have a plan with structure though. This time we got a plan with structure. So we not gonna fail. Like we getting things succeeded now. Look around, do the statistics of how quick officers been charged for what they did. They've been doing it. But look how quick they got charged this time.
Because we pulled up on their ass. We've been pulling up. We pulled up on the mayor. We pulled up on the DA. We've been pulling up everything.
That's why I appreciate everybody out here, man.
We've been outside.
We done it together. It ain't none of us that done it. We done it with y'all. So we standing on it, and we got to keep standing on it. They did Tyre bad. I admit that. But guess what? What they didn't know, that Tyre is going down in history for the evilness that they done to him. So he changed a lot in Memphis. That's why I'm going to go all the way with every piece of energy I got.
Why? Everything's going to change nationwide. Why? We ain't stopping here.
Are we going to let City Council Chairman Martavius Jones speak? And then we're going to dip out because it's cold. And y'all, I know y'all wet. I'm wet.
It ain't cold, though.
We ain't going to make it no longer.
You guys need to follow us on our social media pages for the proper information on future events, okay?
Hey everybody, it's a trying day for us all, but let me give credit what credit is due. We done got CJ Davis has done a job. Mulroy has done his job.
He ain't done enough.
Okay, that's fine, but it's a work in progress. But everybody, hold us accountable.
Absolutely.
It's our job now. I want y'all to call us. I want y'all to bug the hell out of us. Show up at council meeting every time that you can until we get these ordinances passed to address this issue. That's all I got to say. Hold us accountable.
We will.
Pull up.
Your council.
Pull up.
Hold us accountable.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Hey,
Pull up. Pull up.
I got a question for you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
You gonna hold your word to what you're saying right here today?
I've always been.
Okay.
Yeah. Always been.
Absolutely.
I'm out here now.
And it's on record.
Yeah.
And then I'll call him. Right after this, I'll call and I'll pull up.
You will pull up.
Yeah, look, JB knows.
Pull up.
Loud. I'm gonna pull up. And I'll
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
I don't have any info on him, but I'm sure you can go to Martavius Jones.
Hey, look, can we end this in prayer? Somebody know how to say a prayer? Huh?
I don't know. We're not gonna pray.
Pray.
I'm ready to go.
Let's roll it. Y'all easy.
Hey y'all, right quick, my name is Monica. I'm with the Party for Socialism and Liberation, and y'all all should be so proud of what y'all done here today and this week.
Indeed.
And I believe, like folks are saying, that justice is not just disbanding that one unit. Justice is not even just disbanding the whole joint investigative units they're doing. There's a whole problem all the way down in the system. And Tyre is not coming back regardless of if they disbanded, regardless if their folks spend the entirety of their lives in jail, which they should, and we're going to make sure they do. But what would really make our communities whole would be, instead of them saying they're going to unruly communities, poor communities, and they going to light it up and stay there and be in our faces all the time, what would actually make us whole is if they dealt with our needs, with our concerns, with what the community wants. Instead of sending guns and bombs to us. Instead of sending murder and death to us. So we believe, I know all of y'all believe, that we want a different system. We don't want to be back here, and we don't want to be in a place where we continue to get profiled. We don't want to be in a place where we continue to be seen as a problem to be solved. All of us built this community, are the ones who fund this community and keep it going. But instead, they spend money, they spend almost a third of the budget on cops. We want housing for all, clean water for all, food for all, education for all. And we want a brand new system, and we're not going to get that system unless we keep fighting. We see that being on the streets. We see that when the eyes are on them, when they make national news, that's when they make changes. We see that when they know that they messed up, and they know that if they didn't fire these folks and didn't put them in jail, we would have rained down such hell on their ass.
Yeah, right.
That's when they do something. So we got to keep that in our back pocket, and we got to pull it out when necessary. So not just when we're killed, when they want to defund our schools. When they want to tell us that there's not money for free school lunch. When they want to tell us there's not school for money for public housing, we also need to be on their ass. Because they spending money, they getting federal funds to kill us, but they can't get no federal funds to feed us. So we believe that this capitalist system, the same one where these same police have descended from slave patrols, is operating in the same way. So we need instruction in this whole shit. We need a brand new system that doesn't see black people and poor people as problems to be solved, as something to be targeted, and sees us as the community. And we are the community, and we are the ones operating it. We're not the ones asking for them to do something. We're doing it ourselves. We want community control of everything that goes on in our community. We don't want to have to go after the fact and say, please change this, please don't do this. We're going to tell them what the fuck to do. So I know that everybody here, we see that it's really organization that brought us this victory. We didn't come out and just be in the streets with no plan and no demands and no clear ideas. We came out here with a clear idea of what we were going to do and how we were going to do it and how we were going to keep applying pressure strategically. So we're going to keep a strategic plan until we win the final victory, and that's of a brand new system, destruction of this racist, capitalist, only profit-driven system. We want a system that is for us, by us.
This is the United States of America, damn it.
Hey, I'm with her when she right. Hey, I salute you, sister. Real talk, I salute you. Hey, what's his name?
Tyre Nichols.
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 What's his goddamn name?
Tyre Nichols.
Say it loud.
Tyre Nichols.
What's his name?
Tyre Nichols.
Say his goddamn name.
Tyre Nichols.
What's his name?
Tyre Nichols.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Hey, appreciate y'all coming out. Pay attention. Hold on. Pay attention to our social media page. We will put out the next time we meet up. It's gonna be something daily though. Y'all have a blessed day.
And thank you for coming, everybody. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe.
Everybody made a big song.
Por eso parece que puse aplausos ahí, no sé si eso es lo
This year,
New York is still going, and Memphis isn't. That's weird. So weird.
That it is permanently deactivated. Well, we want to go ahead and just let you listen in to some of the sights and sounds of protesters there, demonstrators, live in Memphis. All right, so things are pretty calm at the moment in Memphis, Tennessee. Again, over the last few days, we heard from law enforcement, also city leaders. They were calling for peaceful protests ahead of the video release. And overnight, we saw a number of rallies and gatherings in cities across the country. And the latest news is that the Memphis Police Department has permanently deactivated its Scorpion unit. That is the unit that those 5 former officers were members of, and they pulled over Tyre Nichols, and we all know what happened from there. Well, we want
does this kind of give you strength when you see people came from all across the Mid-South to participate in this demonstration today?
Yeah, I think it's important that folks continue to show up, and I think it's important to notice that people all across the country are taking action for Tyre, not just here in the city of Memphis, in Oakland, in New York, in Atlanta, in Oregon. I saw yesterday, like all throughout the U.S. and in the U.K., in Canada, people are taking action because they know how serious this is, and they know how important it is to make our voices heard.
Like I would laminate them and everything.
But I know how it is.
NBC, okay?
I'm gonna stick you out, girl.
I'm with NBC. Oh, you're with NBC? Yeah. I mean, I came down from. I came from.
Bruh. I guess it's unplugged the mic. Dude.
Stood out to me is on one of the cameras, and you touched on this here, it almost seemed like right before everything happened, it kind of went blurry, as if maybe they were hiding the camera or something like that. Was that the impression you got as well?
Absolutely. There's 4 different videos. In the second video, the camera is automatically turned away. Then there's some type of blurry, something happened where the camera immediately became blurry. It seems like they used something to cover the camera. They knew what they were doing. What they did not know, and what I'm thankful for, is that this council had the foresight to implement SkyCop cams all throughout the city. Without those SkyCop cams, we would be looking at another situation where the officers had the ability to tell the story and no one would know.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that camera system, because we did all see that video as it was released. We had the body cam video, but it's really that pole camera that shows a lot of what happened. So tell me about that camera system that exists there in Memphis.
Well, the SkyCop cams were implemented a while back, but the older cams didn't have the ability to zoom in. And a few years ago, the council decided to increase the amount of funding we put into our camera system. So there was cameras all throughout the city called SkyCop cams. The idea was to deter crime. We never knew that we would be using a SkyCop cam to stop a crime that was committed by our law enforcement officers. It's troubling.
What are your thoughts on the reaction nationwide, not just to the video, but to the Tyre Nichols situation in general?
Necessary. I think if you truly want police accountability, truly want transparency and reform, it takes activism, which is what we're seeing with protests nationwide, coupled with legislative action, which is what you will see from the Memphis City Council at our February 7th meeting. You will see a council determined to right the wrong, so to speak, and to make sure we'll never see this situation again in the city of Memphis. We have an opportunity to set the standard to addressing these issues, and I believe our council will stand and be ready to do just that.
Do you think this situation is tarnishing Memphis's reputation? Because so many people, as we mentioned, are watching this from across the country and they're honed in there on Memphis.
Well, I think if you look at a historical standpoint, Memphis is also the city where Dr. King was assassinated. So I don't necessarily know if it's tarnishing our reputation, but I do believe, I don't really like to speak in terms of problems. I like to speak in terms of opportunities. It gives Memphis an opportunity to show the world how do you respond to something when the system lets you down, and make sure that it doesn't happen again. And I believe we will respond in the right way. We will make sure that Mr. Nichols' life lives on through legislation. We'll make sure that we take all appropriate steps to address this going forward. If you paid it, there was an interview with our chairperson, Councilor Martavius Jones, and you saw the emotion that he had, and every single council member had similar emotions. There are some council members on our body who elected not to watch the video because it just touches you.
What do you think of the way that the police chief has handled this? You have people on just about every side who have feelings about everything. So many people have said she did a great job. She got this done very quickly. Other people have said she should have done it quicker, or she should have done this and that. What are your thoughts?
Well, as one of the members of the body who ultimately confirmed her nomination, she's only been in the position for, I believe, less than 2 years, and she handled it the best way she could. With the information she had, she conducted a thorough investigation, and she was out front of the issues pretty quickly. I think you also have to commend our District Attorney, Steve Mulroy. He is the one who brought the charges. He brought the most severe charges as possible. And what I would like to see both of them doing going forward as an opportunity to speak to them on this platform is there are other officers on the scene. The officer who tased, who's exemplified the culture of policing, which is if you catch an individual, you stump them out. That individual needs to be charged as well. So I hope that District Attorney Steve Mulroy brings charges, and I hope that Chief C.J. Davis ultimately terminates the individual as well. There are multiple people that are culpable here, and not just the 5 officers.
And it seems as though we know there were protests across the country, and they were peaceful. In Memphis, we did hear from the family members of Tyre Nichols who urged people to protest, but to do it peacefully. What are your thoughts on seeing that it appears, for the most part, people did listen to them and they kept everything peaceful?
I think it was, hate to use this terminology, almost is what we expected. Because usually when you have situations like this, the body cam footage comes out, and there's a long process before the officers are ultimately terminated and then charges are brought. What we did here in Memphis, I think it changed it. I think we brought charges quickly, they were terminated quickly, and then the body cam footage was released. And in a relatively short period of time, I think when you think about what folks usually demand in response to police brutality, the city of Memphis did everything was expected, but also there's also an additional call for us to disband the Scorpion unit, and I believe the mayor will oblige.
Is there anything else at this point that you still want to know? After watching that video, you know, of course, that, you know, those 5 officers have been charged. You were saying that you feel the other officers should be charged as well. What do you still want to know, and what do you hope will be answered?
I think there's a few questions that remain. One, why was a organized crime fighting unit pulling someone over? 2, if we look at, there was 4 videos, but the first video we see is the officer driving up to the scene. There's still no body cam footage from the initial stop. Why were they stopping? Why was the body cam footage turned off? And then I think the third question we want to know is why other individuals who were involved in this process not suspended immediately. Those are the questions that I need to know.
All right, J.B. Smiley Jr. there, Memphis council member. Anything else that you want to add before I let you go?
That's all. Keep our city in your prayers, and also to the family of Tyre Nichols. We keep you uplifted, and we will do our best to right this egregious wrong.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I guess Memphis is done protesting, and Joe has not arrived in Hollywood yet, so there's nothing really happening now, man. But New York, and I'm not. New York, whatever. I don't want to watch New York. See anything to watch now? Yep. Yep. I guess I'm gonna take off, y'all. Till next time. Till there's something else. Keep bringing out. I'll see. Maybe when Joe goes live, that'll be more of an eventful event. Alright then. The next time. Good day. Hey, dude. Hey, Shotgun, Bob. Everybody else, Matt. Then, see you later. Oh, watch the snow together. That'd be awesome. Stay warm out there. See you, Bob. Thanks, man. Thank you. Alright then, maybe see you guys tonight. For the sub to Doe and the Doe Show. I never know where I'm gonna go live at. If it's not gonna be anything too much like content, I might just go live on Doe. Play some games or something. Or maybe Twitch. I don't know. Alright, love you guys. Bye.